Welcome everybody to Bobby Talks, ... Those dots are there to tell you that there's always more to the story. Today's story is when unfunny people try to do funny things. Just joking. They're both hilarious. Sitting here with Justin Essenmacher.
What's up?
And Markus Olind.
What's up?
And Jenny, I don't know your last name.
It's cool. Just Genivive.
Genivive. How are we doing, guys?
Good, man. How are you?
Dude, I'm awesome. First of all, I gotta say thank you so much for making the hour drive. You guys are Detroit, exactly? Or where are you coming from?
I mean, I live in Canton.
You can't claim the 313?
I had never had a
I'm the
313.
only native.
Yeah,
You're the only native? I used to live in Royal Oak, so I know that ain't native. But then I moved, hang on, hear me out, give me a little credit here. Then I
I
moved
used to live in Royal Oak.
then I moved to Ferndale, which is getting a little closer.
Okay.
But I used to frequent the Hazel Park racetrack.
Ah.
Right,
Oh, you're definitely like.
So you
that's-
almost went to Detroit one time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
almost. Yeah.
The Hazel Park racetrack
I
is
don't
scary.
know.
Dude, it is. Have you ever been there?
I've been by it.
Okay.
I've been in a bowling alley down there, and that shit is scary.
I used to go when they used to have the horse races. And
Yeah.
it was one of those things where, like, I felt at home, man, because I was making side bets with people in the bleachers and on the horses, and then I'd make the bets on the horses, and the horses that were supposed to win would never win. It would always be the guy that was never making the money that would kind of make the money that day to throw him a bone. So it was a shady business, but hey, it was fun. I had a good time.
What do they race now?
I don't think anything's there. Is that...
You said when they used to race horses.
Oh, yeah.
Do they do dogs now?
I think so, yeah. Dogs. In Florida, definitely.
Dude, we should go to a dog race, man.
Although after this election, I don't know what it's going to end up being. I know a lot of people are scared shitless because Biden just won, and
Yeah.
people were going to be scared shitless if Trump won again. So,
Yeah.
Did Biden just win?
well, I'm pretty sure it's going to look that way. He just flipped Pennsylvania and Georgia, so
Wow.
I don't know.
Maybe
how-
they're gonna start racing humans.
that could be interesting. I
Maybe
mean,
that could
so,
run, dude. If you want
It's
to.
called?
Yeah.
but on a horse
They're
race
gonna start
track.
betting on. Yeah.
No, but they're gonna force race
Yes.
people. Like it's gonna be like gladiators.
Yeah,
but
it's not gonna
racing.
be. Yeah, it's
You
gonna
gotta-
be
you're gonna
people
have to
fighting for their
chase.
lives.
Yes, it's kind of like that movie Condemned. Did you ever see that with Stone Cold Steve Austin? Did you ever watch that? Oh my gosh, pick up on your wrestling, folks. Let's go. Condemned.
That sounds like a wrestling movie.
They put like 50 people in like this island, and they had to. It was on reality TV, and they had to kill each other in first.
Oh,
Like gamer, but
reality.
Yeah,
but worse.
yeah, way worse because you know.
Yeah, because it was made by wrestling. You know, I've never understood why comics are such big wrestling fans. I grew up watching wrestling, and then I grew up, and then I stopped watching wrestling.
So I have grown up and not grown up because I have went to the last 6 WrestleManias.
I would like to go to one of those. That would be cool.
They're
I
cool.
bet.
Well, it actually matches up perfectly with my spring break. So, like, because I'm a school teacher, so every year wherever WrestleMania is, that's where I'm going. Went to New Orleans a couple years ago, Dallas. I mean, it's all over the world, so or the country. So it's just
Yeah.
like,
It's kind of like people who go to Fish concerts.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, I like to go for the party, you know? I know it's fake, but it's like, yeah, it's fun. We're having a good time.
My friend
Big
went-
stadium tours, come on.
dude,
The Fish tour. My friend went. There was somewhere where they had to cancel a concert. It was a big festival thing. They had to cancel, and you could still watch Fish online. And he's like, I gotta go to my friend's house. They got a
Watch
big pay-per-view
Fish?
thing, dude, for Fish. And I'm like, what is Fish? And then it's just guys playing music.
Jam band, dude.
That's all it is, man. It's like,
Jam it, bro.
you ever went to Bonnaroo? You ever done that?
No.
I'm not a Fish guy. I just thought it was the same thing as wrestling.
I'd
Fish
like-
and wrestling are the same thing for different white people.
The transition here is, yeah, exactly. Well, I don't know.
Is it? Is it the same?
I mean, it's for different groups. Like the hippies are like, well, wrestling's fake, but
Right.
Fish. And then,
But then, so wrestling fans were like, Fish is fake.
yeah, Fish
Yeah.
is bullshit, dude. Why would this not even? This is just jam band, just wrestling. And you're just like, you guys are both just going to.
I feel like that'd be
hang
right
out.
up that'd be right up your alley with
I
all
like
the weed you
sports.
smoke, right?
Sports is bullshit too, but it gives me a reason to go to a place
Fair
and
enough.
yell with a bunch of people. We all just want a reason to go yell with a bunch of people.
Dude, fair enough. Fair
Sports,
enough.
fish, wrestling. Who fucking NASCAR?
Yeah, isn't it
Constant
shocking?
left turns, yeah.
He's a pothead that is too aggressive.
Yeah, calm down. I was
Sorry,
expecting a
hey,
wave.
man, you fucking gave me the. I had the. This.
I gave you the caffeine-free one. I put that right in front of you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No.
Sorry.
And also the coffee, you didn't have to get the coffee.
I wanted the coffee.
Yeah, see? He
So-
wants the
sometimes
coffee.
it's nice to want things. Hey, so I'm sitting here with the Real Open Mics at Hollywood, okay? They have a podcast. They're 2 stand-up comedians that go all across the country.
Yeah.
How is it going, especially during this COVID time?
It's
We're
picking
doing
up.
stuff.
I mean, it picked up a little bit in June, and then they closed things down a little bit. Now it's picking back up again. I hope they don't start closing things down again. But it's been good. I mean, honestly, October was the first like normal month for me.
Yeah, it's
Really?
been busy.
Stand-up-wise.
Like October went by quick.
Because
I'm
you're
like-
doing things.
Yeah, like every
Yeah.
night almost. I was doing out.
Every night.
We were going out lots of nights. He probably going out
I
more
took
than
4
me.
nights off. I think 4 or 5 actually, including my birthday and Halloween. I took 5 nights
The
off.
whole month of October, though.
Yeah, so it was the first month since COVID that I was busy the whole month.
So when you say you're working that much, like where can we find you? Where do we go?
I mean, I was at one night stands. I mean, you
Like
want to
what-
talk about in October?
Well, just like what cities? I mean, are you
Oh.
just staying in Detroit area? Or are you
No.
like working?
Like last night we were. Last night we did. Actually, we were in Catawba Island, Ohio.
Okay.
We did a brewery down there, and then the night prior to that we were in Jackson. I was in Jackson, and you were somewhere else.
Where are you at in Jackson?
Wednesday?
We were at a Brass Rail
Okay,
in Jackson.
yep,
Mike
yep.
Ball runs those shows.
Oh yeah, Wednesday we were on 6 Mile in Detroit.
Yeah, that's
we
a
were
fun
in
show.
Detroit, man.
Yeah, see your face, dude. That's what it is when you drive to it too. As soon as you park your car, like I might have a car
Yeah,
here at
It's
the
right
end.
next to the hospital though, so it's
Okay, so
it's
yeah,
across
so
the
if you
street
get
from
your
the
ass
hospital.
beat, you're at least close enough
Yeah.
proximity to.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so you know that was Wednesday was on the west side. But yeah, no, October. I mean, October mostly I was in Michigan. I was in Oklahoma and Texas in September. I'm going back there this month. So
So how do they? I mean, are you seeking these places out, or are they seeking you out? Like, are you at that point now in your stardom where people are like,
That's
we gotta
cute.
have
That's
Markus Olind on the show, like, and because they're paying you. I mean,
Sometimes
Everybody wants Markus Olind on the show.
he's the headliner.
It's
He's
I-
the,
I-
yep, he's
no,
the
no, no,
best.
no, no.
He's Michigan's finest,
Hey man.
and he hangs out with the bad boy. And I get some stuff, and I bitch a lot, you know. When Markus headlines,
if
and
you
I
were
just
a,
open mics.
if you were a
He
'90s,
headlined the show last night. First of all, I just
Oh,
want to
thank
point
you. I
that
appreciate
out.
that. I did do that.
how did it go?
It actually went. I did well. I
Did
did.
you?
I had fun. I mean, Markus walked the whole crowd.
I did, yeah.
So-
I got them all to leave. I did that on purpose. That's what you get for putting me on the show before you. I'm gonna make them leave.
You know what? I booked the whole show, so I asked to go down there, and then I bring 4 other comics with me.
Okay.
And they all performed before me, and there was only 8 people at the show. So I'm doing big things.
Yeah, hey.
And then by the time I was up headlining the show, there was only 4 people. So
Thanks a lot,
it was
Markus.
a good
I only
night.
got 2 of them to leave. All right. And by the way, Justin, there were 6 people when you got on stage, and as soon as you went up on stage, 2 of them left.
They were like,
'Cause
"No."
you were too angry.
Nope.
No, they were already leaving. That was past their bedtime, so they were old.
So how long is a set normally? Like how long? How much material you got right now?
I mean, last night I did 26 minutes of riffing, of
Yeah.
improvised comedy. So I did that. I don't even know how much comedy I got because I don't get to do it anymore during this time of Corona because the crowds are just crazy.
Really?
It's like drunk people, and my kind of comedy, it's like I'm really about my mood.
Yeah.
So my mood affects it. If I'm pissed, I'm going to be pissed on stage. If I'm happy, I'm happy, you know, and it really affects my comedy. So like they call me a wild card, and but I have fun. So if you catch me on a good night, it's fun. But
You
you
know-
catch me on a bad night, you'll be like, well,
I feel like there's a lot of clips that you've been posting, you know, online, Instagram,
Yeah.
where I catch you. And sometimes it feels like almost every show, or at least maybe the ones that I see you post, there's always somebody talking in the crowd back to you. And it's like, it feels like maybe, does that happen a lot when you're kind of starting off and you have crowds of 8, 9, 10? But when you get to that superstar level,
Yeah.
you know, you don't have that as much because there's a big barrier, there's more people, whatever.
I think
do you,
it
do you
still
enjoy
happens.
it now? I mean, you're earning your stripes, right? Do you enjoy it?
I love it.
do you hate it?
I love it. Actually, like last night was amazing. It was fun. I did 26 minutes and I just had fun and I got to do whatever I wanted. That I enjoy it, but that's me. I like to have fun and do the random shit.
Okay.
So I don't know what Markus likes,
It
but
depends. Like, it can be fun. Like, if the person is yelling stuff at you and it's funny and you make it funny, it's fun.
Yeah.
Other times when they're talking, they're not even talking to you. They're talking to other people, and it's just distract. Like,
Yeah.
like the show in
Yeah.
Detroit on Wednesday, there were like 6 people watching the show and about 25 people at the bar, just being at a bar.
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
people
yeah,
at
yeah.
a bar are.
That is
not
so-
giving a shit about the show. So I'm like, all
Wishing
right.
that the asshole on the stage would shut up so that I could enjoy my.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Just because they want the DJ to play some music.
Right.
Yeah, and I understand that. But here's the thing. I want to do comedy, so you have to now listen to me rant. But I mean, at that point, I was just like, all right, I'm going to perform for these 6 people who are paying attention
Right.
and not worry about... Because you can't... when it's 25 people talking,
Yeah.
you can't win.
You're not going to win that battle.
If it's one heckler, you can turn that into something.
Yeah. Right.
You can't turn 25 people not giving a fuck about the show into anything.
Yeah, it's essentially 25 hecklers because
Yeah.
they're the mob now and they're winning the war.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Dude, I feel like you really would have to be in that room and like commit to it. The problem is though, I would feel like anyways, is if you got like new material that you really want to try out.
Yeah.
Comedy's a timing thing.
Yeah.
Right? And especially if you got a well laid out joke and that's got a punchline and you got a story behind it, you're trying to get all the layers to it. And then right when you're getting ready to hit it, it's building, you feel good, and then somebody cuts you off from the crowd or that's got to like mess up, your whole timing.
Jenny does the best of like doing jokes consistently and with a good cadence and like not getting we get distracted by hecklers quite a bit.
What do you do, Jenny?
I just stick to my jokes, really.
You just keep talking over them? You don't miss a beat?
If I'll address it depending on like what energy level it's at. You know what I mean? If it's somebody who's just so happy, they just, they think it's crowd participation and they just want to say something. I'm like, all right, I'll address it. But like, I really don't, because I'm like, I got these jokes I need to remember and I need to stick to it.
So it's more about like just the constant over and over again. Get these jokes down so that you don't.
And Jenny does a good job. We sometimes like we'll get even if it's not a crazy heckle,
right?
It'll just get me going on a different tangent. They'll say something, they'll get this thought going. I'm like, I want to go down this thing, and then
But more often than not, like that gets the crowd going. Like if you address them,
it can
like,
work.
They want to have a good time. They want to participate.
They want to be a part of it. I mean, that's why we were talking about wrestling, man. I love it because we feel like we're part of the show. We can change the announcers will sometimes acknowledge that we've changed the whole energy of a match. That we're booing the good guy or whatever. Yeah. You feel a part of it. So comedy has got a lot to do with
But that's what a lot of people think that are talking to us. Like, well, I'm making the show better. And it's
You're
like,
not.
if you shut the fuck up, it'd be better.
It would be.
The best show is when nobody talks.
Right.
Those are the best.
Right.
And everybody's laughing.
Unless the comedian is pulling you in and it's part of what they're doing.
If it's
I've
crowd
seen
work,
both of y'all. Like y'all gotten some. Let me try to use a sports reference here. Alley-oop.
Oh yeah? Throw it up to it. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen the crowd give y'all some things, and y'all was like, okay, like they're really
and that's
good.
doable, but it's risky, just like an alley-oop.
Yeah.
It's
But
like
they
it
take
might
them
go out of
chances
bounds.
all the time. They're real good at that shit.
Okay.
Chance.
Yeah, my whole set last night was a chance.
Really?
Yeah.
And of the material you did, how much do you think landed?
I didn't do any material. That's what's crazy.
No, I know,
The
but
open mic.
I'm talking about in Ohio.
Yeah, the open mic afterwards. Did you try some jokes?
Oh, I tried. A couple.
see if you can screw that in a little bit. It's keep fading out. I'm not sure. Right here. Yeah. See if you can push that in a little bit. I think we're getting you, and then it kind of goes out. I just want to make sure we get everything you say.
Yeah, no, last night I headlined a set, and I was like worried about it. And I can do 20 minutes easy usually, but it's like I don't also get headlining spots all the time. So I'm like, oh, what should I do? And then all of a sudden it was 4 people. I'm like, well, I'm just gonna do what I've been doing at open mics, which is improvise for 20 minutes plus. And I have a really fun time doing it. And the jokes will come. If the jokes come, they come. If they don't, I don't know.
You do it enough, you're gonna find a set, right? I mean, that's the whole point.
Yeah, I mean, I have a set.
Okay.
I do have set jokes, but my improvising is sometimes just way better than my jokes, and he's laughing because he's like, "Yeah, dude, you're not consistent," and I'm like,
Well, you're not. You always do different shit.
"Because I'm trying to have fun."
But the problem is sometimes, like, if you're booking a comedy show,
Yeah.
you want to know what are the jokes.
Yeah.
Because I want you to tell those exact jokes at this exact show because I
Right.
think they're going to work.
Right.
When it's just random riffs,
Yeah.
you're like, okay, so you're going to come and riff in my room.
Right.
I don't know how that's going to go.
How often does that happen? Like, I mean, I know you guys are, it's still early in your progression level here, but like, how often does a booker say, "Hey, man, like, that's not what I signed up for"? Like, I've seen your set or whatever. I thought it was going to be this, and then you went up there for
I've
26
never had
minutes
that
and
happen
ripped.
to me.
I've never had it happen because I don't get booked.
He just doesn't
I
get
don't
booked
have
the
book-
second time. If he
Yeah, I
gets
don't-
booked the first time and then goes and does that, they don't call him back.
So how'd you get the headline job?
Right?
My agent. I don't have an agent. No, I just asked the kid, "Hey man, hey, you got any spots?" And he's like, "I got a headlining spot." And I'm like, "I'll do it." And then I brought these 4 people, and I can do the time. It just
I get it. The crowd changed it. It was the energy
but it
thing.
also just wasn't. They didn't want the they didn't want 15, 20 minutes of my jokes. I didn't want it either.
Yeah.
I wanted to just have fun and just.
I get it though. There's a certain like dynamic in that room with 4 people where you're like, you know what? I don't know if me doing a normal comedy routine is going to make this work.
That's it.
So let me just kind of have fun with these 4 people. You know, like, what was his name? Is it D.L. Hughley? Hughley, the comedian? I think he's one of the best at, like, making fun of people in the crowd. From the Original Kings of Comedy. Did you guys ever watch that?
I've seen some of that. I like.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
I think he's fantastic at that. Like, he just kind of, like, he goes through one person.
Yeah.
You almost have to turn it into that. Maybe not make fun of him, but, like, bring him in on it.
That's what Justin does. He
does that.
You make fun of the crowd?
I have fun with that.
Let's put it this way.
Let's put it this way.
There were 4 people in the crowd when Justin went up. 2 of them were in a wheelchair, and the first thing that he did was like, "Well, you got 2 people in a wheelchair here." Hey, it worked. Thankfully, they had a good sense of humor, and the other, everyone was laughing.
They had a great sense of humor.
But you did go to the wheelchair bucket a couple times. Where you're like, "Don't roll away on me," and the guy's like, "I'm just getting a beer. I have to roll to the bar to get a beer." And you're like, "Don't roll."
And so you know what? Don't make me seem like the bad guy here.
I'm not.
Everybody in the back was laughing. You guys were laughing.
It was hilarious. But if the people in the wheelchair hadn't have been laughing,
that's why I kept doing it.
But that's your job, though. Isn't that your job?
I read it, and
you did it well.
I tested it. I tested it for a little bit, and I was like, "These guys are for it, man."
I just wanted
Maybe you went to the well
context.
one too many times.
Yes. Well, no. I don't want to say that.
Okay.
But when you're saying like, the crowd, it changes it with 4 people. You got to make it work, and I'm like, yes. And let's talk about how Justin did that. Because
sure.
It was a unique situation.
It had to be unique because that's what I've been getting into a lot. Is like I'm watching all these comics go up and do a set, and it's going decent, kind of. And then it's like no one has listened to one joke. I'm like, I don't care.
I'm wasting my time up here.
Yeah,
right.
I don't want to do my jokes. I'm just going to fucking have fun with them. They want to have fun. I can be fun. And they were all my friends at the end. They all bought a fucking coffee mug. It was great.
Hey, did they really? Made $40?
I did. It was great. I made they loved me.
$45 for the gas ride down, but $40 on the mugs.
Honestly, yeah.
Well, you had someone drive you down there for a spot, huh? Not me.
I was originally going to drive. Then a kid wanted a spot, and he said he'd drive. Fucking logistics, bro. It's just...
Isn't the headliner supposed to drive? Do you get paid for that? You get paid?
Yeah, I got paid. I finally got paid. Woohoo! I made some money, and then I sold some mugs. It was actually a good work day.
No, for sure.
And we got to do a good amount of time, and we had fun, and we made new fans.
Yeah.
I like intimate shows. Because that's all I've been doing for 6 years is intimate shows.
So you've been doing this for 6 years.
December 6th will be 6 years for me.
So you said you're 30 now, right? So 24 you started doing this.
Yeah.
What about you? How long have you been going?
I've been doing it for 5 years. I started when I was 21.
Okay.
I'm 27. I started like right before I turned 22.
Okay.
But, yeah, so.
How long you, Jenny?
31. I started in 2015.
Okay.
But I really got more consistent in 2018. Doing it more like every day. So.
What is the what makes you want to become a comedian? I mean, obviously, I know that's probably a silly question because but it's a scary job. It's attention for you because you seem like a guy that doesn't want the attention.
He doesn't like attention, but it's. Well, everybody always told me I was like funny. I used to be in a band, and I always loved.
You might have to. No, you're good. You might have to talk on the top part. I'm sorry, I just wasn't prepared for it. That's fine.
I like to say things to get reactions, and that's a good thing to do with comedy.
See where it goes.
Yeah. I was always
humming?
saying.
Yeah.
We'll get it.
I don't hear it. Wait a minute. There you
That's
go.
better.
Okay. No, I was the kid who liked to say things to see what you could get away with.
Okay. Just kind of press that boundary a little bit.
Every time.
He's the worst.
I do it a lot.
He does it even when he's not on stage, and it's just like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? He's like, what? It's offensive, so I can say it.
Yeah. So that was me as a kid, right?
Okay.
When I was like 7.
But you're still doing it now, right?
Yeah. Well, I found out that comedy is a way you can do it where it doesn't piss as many people off. Like, when you just do it at parties and just hanging out, sometimes people are like, I don't like you. And I'm like, all right, well, whatever.
So, but that's kind of like, I feel like a comedian borderlines on that, depending on the type of comedian you are. But, like, that's the whole thing is you're trying to make, I've always heard you're trying to make, the boys pop, right? You're trying to make the other comedian. If you can, the entire place doesn't laugh, but the comedians are cracking up in the background like you did your job
There's something there. Well, actually, at that point, you did not do your job because you're not getting paid to make comedians laugh.
Great point.
And that's when a booker would be like, this is not what the fuck. You piss
Yeah.
off my customers. They're not coming back.
You offend everybody in the room.
Yeah.
Your buddy's laughing, but
It's
yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
But it's our job to,
Be funny.
and you can also, that's what the joy of comedy is. You can technically say whatever the hell you want.
Right.
If you have the balls.
But
and
here's
are
the
funny
thing.
enough.
If you're a waiter,
Yeah.
and someone's like, "Hey, can I get some?" They come in and they sit there and they order chicken fingers, and then you bring chicken fingers to the other waiters and they eat them.
Yeah.
You're fired, right? Like
Exactly.
that's not what the fuck you're supposed to do. You're
Right.
supposed to give it to the customer.
How hard is
and
it though?
just eating them in the back.
It's like, make me laugh.
Yeah, people think that, it's hard.
Make me laugh is like the hardest thing to do, especially when you have to do it when they want it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's almost like you have to, you got to be in the role before you're even on the stage. Like you've got to kind of like, like method acting type of thing where you're constantly, you get that first shot in you or whatever you're doing, maybe it's smoking or whatever you're doing, and then you've got to be already energy before you get on the stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to turn it on. That's why the stage, you got to be on stage to do comedy. I mean, you can do it in front of people, but like whenever it's like, tell me a joke.
It doesn't work
It
that
doesn't
way.
work because it's just not.
It's a different expectation
It
then,
is.
And
also people like expect like when they just ask somebody to tell them a joke in person, and then you tell them the joke, and then they're like, "That's it," and you're like, "Well, fuck you."
Yeah.
Because I know it's not gonna be funny.
yeah. And then it bothers you because it's like now they hold you to that joke that you're like, no, it wasn't funny.
It's also like, can you just come to a show? They're all free.
Yeah.
You can come to any show you want. I'll do it. I do it for free every night. They're like, well, I'm busy. I'm like, I'm busy. I'm like, well, what are you doing tomorrow? Nothing. Well, I'm doing a show tomorrow. I'm busy again. And you're like, fuck you.
It's coming from a real conversation. I can tell. Like,
Yeah,
in your
that's
spirit.
every
It's a
conversation.
deep place,
That's
isn't it?
every
Yeah.
conversation about comedy, and that's what the most annoying thing with it is everybody's like, "Oh man, I want to come to a show. Tell me when." And I stopped doing that. I stopped telling people when I perform. I stopped doing, and they're like, "Why'd you stop telling us? Because you never come."
Yeah, exactly. No, I get it. It's like the buddy that always wants to be invited to the party, but never comes. It's like, dude, I'm done inviting your ass. Yeah.
Unless you actually are on the way.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, if you ever want to see me do comedy, just text me.
Yeah.
Because I'm probably going out that night.
You know what I just realized? I'm that guy with weddings. Like I get invited and I'm like, I'm not coming. Like you don't want me.
Yeah, because
there.
you'd rather sit in your
We went
basement,
to-
right?
Well.
And watch TV?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
But he's got to get material. I mean, you got to get material. That's why we're watching TV, right? In the basement.
That's why I
Actually,
watch TV.
do you know him?
I
That's
told
how he
you. I
makes
thought
his-
I had him pegged, man. But
That's him pegged, for sure.
Yes, I love television. Oh my god, it's like I'm the weird person because I like watching TV. I would come home from middle school every day and watch the CW from like 3 o'clock till right before my mom came home, and then I pretended I was doing homework the whole time. But I would just sit there and watch Malcolm in the Middle and My Wife and Kids.
I did that too. But I also went
And how are you?
outside.
And then
I also
you
went outside in the sun.
Felt
And
the
you
sun,
lost
the
all
warmth.
of that funny
Yeah.
energy. I just sat there and thought about shit and went nuts.
And it makes sense. Okay, I get it now. I get it a little bit more now. Yeah, I try to tell him. I always tell him, Marcus, like,
But that's why I can't go to your wedding, is because I gotta watch reruns of King of the Hill.
yeah, I mean that's important. That's
I think
important.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the crazy thing is too, he makes time to watch TV, but he's never watching anything new.
Okay. It's
always
always
reruns.
reruns. Yeah.
He
but
has
that's
to know what happened.
It's a comfort place. That's all it is.
He's always about comfort, nothing new. And if it's the new thing, it's always the shitty new thing that no one likes but him.
Like-
he did
like
that on the
what-
way
like
here.
what? Like what's
he
that?
did that on the way here. He played. He always plays. It's Eminem.
Okay.
From fucking 1999.
He's got a rep, man. He's in Canton. You know how Eminem and Canton
Biggie
are.
Small, which I'm fine with all the old school stuff, but when I'm with
Clearly
him,
not.
it's the same. But it's the same song every time. And I'm like, dude, can you play something fucking?
Yeah, I'm gonna play that new Biggie song.
I'm saying any artist. So then his new songs that he picked was that new Sada Baby song, which
So I pick a new song. It's fucking wrong, man.
Well,
Why'd you let me DJ?
you drove, right?
He drove.
Oh, you drove and then you DJ?
Yeah, and I feel bad because I know he doesn't like any of my music, so I'm like, here, go ahead and DJ. But then I just bitch the whole time because he sucks at DJing.
That's how it always works, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
With road trips.
Well, he sits there too, and he looks for a song for about 20 minutes, and I'm like, oh, he's looking,
You
he's
don't have all
about
my
to play a really
songs
old
saved,
song.
dude. Like I'm like that old guy with the phone. I'm like, you don't have any of my numbers. It's like you don't have my Spotify on here, like my play.
You're not following me? Are you like insecure about the follows?
No, not the follows.
Okay.
It's the comfort. It's like I don't know where my music is.
He
on
listens to
this phone.
CDs in
Gotcha.
his minivan.
Yeah.
Well, that's
So-
all I have in my minivan. It's a 04. It's
Yeah.
got a CD player. It's got the radio.
Okay. The radio's good.
The radio sucks sometimes.
Yeah, actually, I'm a Sirius XM guy, so I never listen
I
to radio.
hate
That's
Radio.
good
Yeah.
radio.
Yeah,
though.
yeah, yeah.
That's the best.
I can listen to whatever I want whenever I want it, man. It's there. I can listen to stand-up comedians.
That's an old person radio though. Like
No,
definitely
comedy-
serious. That's an
dude,
old thing.
serious?
That's an old thing.
That's what
Comedy
Central
Central,
that.
Comedy Central Radio on there though, it's great. They
Yeah,
just play
yeah.
like 5-minute clips of a dude's album or something.
Oh, dude, it's great. That's right. There's channels 93 through 99 is all stand-up comedians.
Maybe I'll just switch over to Sirius. You guys, you're making it sound so I want.
Well,
It's
that and I get a
awesome.
commission every time. I just say it.
It's
serious.
a good plug.
Serious. So,
I get a kickback.
so you guys, you've been doing this for 6 years now. All right.
I have.
You
sorry,
have.
5.
You about
Yeah.
5.
Don't fucking put
roughly.
it in
And
my
you've been
category.
doing it similar timeline. Okay. So the question is how long
What, till I'm done?
till you're done, or until you blow?
You sound
is
like my parents,
Well,
man.
here's the question, because it's one of those things where it's a dream, but like if you love doing it, do it forever.
Yeah, that's what it is.
You're gonna
I
do
think
it
it'd be forever, or till I make it rich and get everything I want.
For me, I got paid one time at the Comedy Store to do comedy. I got $50. I have that $50 bill pinned on the wall in my room.
For sure.
If I get to the point where I have to spend those $50 to survive, I'm gonna quit comedy.
Okay.
Until I get to that point, I'm gonna keep going.
All for it, dude. All for it.
Yeah.
You guys were on Jeffrey Ross's roast battle, right?
Yeah,
Dude, I watched that, and I actually thought, so if I can say, you got 3 jokes each, right?
yeah.
I thought you had the more consistent jokes, but your one joke was the best joke.
You
for
saw it?
sure. Yeah, I looked it up on YouTube, man.
Oh shit!
It was great.
Thank you.
Actually, I'm
So
actually.
you're saying I won?
I don't know how. I don't know
won
how.
the popular vote.
You won the popular vote, but he won the electoral college because. So at the end of the day,
I don't like this, dude. I won fair and square. My arm was raised.
but
It
here's the
was
thing.
rigged.
You-
All right, the mail-in votes alone at
Came in
that roast battle, dude. It was bullshit.
But how do you judge comedy? Because like this is what I always say. So like The Hangover versus Caddyshack.
Yeah.
We talk about this. I used to work in a family video, man. So it was always like, guy comes in, give me a movie that's gonna make me laugh. Well, I'm gonna go to The Hangover because the first time you watch it, it's funnier. It's
the greatest movie.
It's hilarious. It's laugh aloud.
Yeah.
That was your joke, right? Caddyshack is the one that hits you every time.
Every
You
time.
it gets funnier
I
over
don't know if
time.
this
You
is a
wanna be-
compliment. I don't know if this is a
I'm
compliment or
complimenting
putting
both
down,
of you.
dude.
Honestly, though, Hangover does that too. Hangover,
You think so?
I rewatch Hangover and I'm like, I forgot how funny this
The Happy
was.
Gilmore is that for me.
Okay.
Happy Gilmore is good every time.
But you get my analogy though with like
I do
comparing
get
the two.
it.
It's like
Yeah.
at some point
I'm
some of these.
Caddyshack.
Yeah, you're Caddyshack.
Hell, fucking yeah, dude. I'm Rodney Dangerfield.
I'm just
You know
saying
what?
on
I
that
get-
one
Here's
example.
the thing. Roast battle, I got no respect.
You get
I got no
so
respect.
much fucking respect. It's
No
disgusting.
respect. No
I
respect.
I
I get
am
no
actually
respect.
Rodney Dangerfield. I get no respect.
I get no respect.
You can't
get
even
no
say,
respect.
and you know that how
You
I get.
deserve no respect. I have earned respect and get no respect.
That's fucking bullshit. It's just because he fucking knows how not respected I am, and he's trying to take that from under me. It's like you don't fucking do that, bro.
You don't get
I
to
get
take
that.
Yeah, you don't get to take
No,
that.
people love Marcus everywhere we go.
He gets so little respect that I can take his no getting respect. thing.
Yeah, exactly, and that's
You
what
can do
it
a
is.
whole set just based off how
Oh,
little
yeah.
respect he gets. Yeah.
Yeah, you could. And the thing is, everything I do, they associate me with Marcus.
Okay.
So anything I do, hey,
That's the
this,
only respect he gets.
hey, this guy, you seen him with Marcus, and I'm like, oh my
You know
god,
why, Justin?
dude.
I respect you. I'm the only person who respects
the
you.
way that you're
and
saying
you
it is
disrespect my
it's
respect.
such a you're lying.
I'm not lying.
See,
You're
I'm so
lying.
not respected. I can't even believe that he respects me.
That's
Well,
insecurity, though. That's a whole different thing.
It
That's a
is.
whole nother level. And we'll have to hit that when we get back. We're going to fix this mic. We're going to change the SD card. And we're going to talk about how much little respect Justin gets in this world.
Okay, I'm good, excited.
All right, we'll see you on the other side. Thanks, guys. Welcome back to Bobby Talks. ... You know why those dots are there. I'm sitting here with Markus Olind and the guy that always comes with Markus Olind, Justin Essenmacher.
Yeah, I'm Justin Essenmacher.
And I also have Genivive.
Genevieve.
Oh, Genivive. I'm sorry. I mispronounced that earlier. You guys are hailing in from the Detroit area, Canton, and you're the only native of Detroit, Jenny.
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys being here again. If I didn't say that earlier, I apologize. But right now we were just talking about the logo and how Justin gets no respect at anything he does. And this was another thing.
You're right.
Justin sent the logo to Marcus. Marcus couldn't show any appreciation for it other than, hey, man, it looked good.
I said, well, we should look up what I actually said because I'm sure it was more than just cool. I'm sure I was like, looks cool. Or
That's
sweet.
probably it. That was it.
Sick.
But we were looking for the all caps. That's what we were talking about.
I was just looking for something like, man, sweet. It took me like, it actually
no.
probably took me like over I don't know, 8-10 hours. Like I also did some editing on it. I had to figure it out.
What did you just say? He was like, I'm looking for something.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you had a response in mind, and when I didn't meet that, you felt bad.
It's not that, because I was excited.
The idea of a response.
So when I finished this, I was excited. I was like, holy shit, this is pretty fucking cool. I'll send it to Marcus. And he's like, cool.
But isn't that
He's like, can I go back?
work?
Can I go back to South Park now and smoke more weed and do nothing? Yeah, dude, go ahead. I'm just worked on this for fucking hours on end, but. Yeah. Oh, and then our theme song?
Yeah. Who's singing that?
So it's a comic that I met out in L.A., and he was doing this thing. It was right after COVID, and he was looking for money. He's like, I'm doing songs for $5. I was like, fuck it. I'm like, $5? I'm like, I'll give him if I get something cool out of it.
Yeah, it's worth $5.
And I was like, dude, I'll buy one. He's like, tell me what you want. And then I get it, and I'm like, this is fucking cool. It's
Did
fun.
you write it or he wrote it?
I wrote him. He's like, just give me some things about the podcast, and I'll make it. So I did that. Sent it to Marcus, and Marcus is like, "Are we gonna use this for our like? What is this? Like, all right." And
You make me seem like such an asshole.
Do you see it now?
If the shoe fits, type thing, I guess.
Thank you.
What? But what am I supposed to do? Like, oh,
Be a
got
friend,
an
dude.
intro.
Be supportive.
I am supportive. I told you I'm the only motherfucker who respects you.
You guys hang around each other way too much. I think
it.
the support
That's
is just
100%
gone.
it.
Like,
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
what it is. He doesn't like that.
It's a marriage now.
And the thing is that when we will hang out and we'll do stuff, he'll be like, all right, we're gonna start. He wants to do all these things, which I'm on board with.
Sure.
And now when he says these things, I don't know if he's aware that we have to kind of be together to do these things, but he doesn't want to be together. So it's like, then don't tell me you want to do anything.
Are you the guy that needs like 30 minutes of like just quiet time after a show, like decompress? I just got to do me for a while. Can you just be over there? That's you?
That's every day though.
I get it, dude. I totally get it.
3 hours of that every morning. And then I need another 3 hours at the end of the night.
There's like a 14-minute window where he can tolerate.
Right,
I
yeah.
can work for about 20 minutes a day.
Yeah.
And he has to be a certain amount of high.
Okay.
To handle me, and then like when he waked up, I spent the. What was that?
And then about 18 hours of sleep.
Yeah, then
Yeah,
another
there you
18
go.
hours of sleep.
Yeah, like I stayed at his house. And I woke up, and then he wakes up, dude. When he wakes up, man, it's like the fucking monster awoke.
Everybody knows it. He's got to let everybody know it.
You don't even. I actually had to learn it. It took me a while because I used to be excited to stay at his house, and I'd be like, he wake up like, "What's up, dude? I'm already up for 5 hours."
You're like, I know I can't handle you right now.
No, he doesn't even say that anymore. He just walks down, dude. He looks like his whole family just died. And
what am I supposed to do in the morning?
Hey guys, good morning. Just
Everyone acts like I'm supposed to wake up and be like,
happy.
Hi, guys.
Yeah.
Dude,
What a great
I am not
day.
that way either. No
There's
way.
coffee made for him. Or all he has to do is walk up to the coffee pot, go like this. Sit.
No. Apparently, all I have to do is walk up to the coffee cup with a smile.
Yeah. Yep. You got to be happy while
I
you're
gotta
doing
have a
it.
smile
Thank
while
you.
I'm doing all this
Well,
shit.
the thing is, he acts like he like had like a hard job last night. Like he was doing something
I
very.
have the hardest job on the planet, okay? I am fucking a comedian, all right?
It is a hard job.
It's tough.
And you know, there's like little joy. We got to find some little joys. Drinking coffee is nice, Marcus, but you make it seem like it's fucking miserable. So,
It's a torture session just to be around him. Yeah.
dude, he sits there on. He has his phone. And then me and Jenny will be sitting just like this, and Marcus will be in the middle, and Marcus will just look at his phone on Twitter like this. And you can't say if you breathe, dude. You breathe the wrong way. Oh my god. He's about to get mad, see?
No, it's just, I mean, what's so wrong about this?
Dude, I'm the same way, man. Like when I get up in the morning, it's not that I don't want to eventually talk to you and have these back and forths, but it's like, give me, like Chris Rock used to say, let me get my other foot in the door.
Yeah.
Like, make me a sandwich, like something before, like Chris Rock. That's how I was. It's like, let me get up, let me wake up, brush my teeth, and then I'll sit and be with you.
Yes.
Yeah, I get that. I completely get that. But for him to he just walks by like we're not even. It's actually.
Good morning, Marcus. How are you?
I could say
You
good
don't-
morning. I could say good morning more.
You could do a little more.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Well, because also when he wakes up, it's 2 p.m. So it's not like good morning. It's like good afternoon. And he's like, it's like, and then we'd be like, are you?
What do you think I'm so mad?
Are you
slept till 2 p.m.
Are you hungry? Are you hungry, Marcus? Because we've been up for 10 hours.
Dude, sleeping in the basement will do that to you, though.
I sleep.
No windows.
I sleep down there. That's where I get. There's a twin size bed I get to sleep on.
I stay up till 3 in the morning because I'm trying to figure out who's running the country.
Sure.
Okay. I care. I'm a patriot. Okay. I'm trying to figure out who's in charge.
Okay. So when the
I voted for Kanye.
I voted for Kanye.
That was a dumb idea.
Dumb idea. I don't even listen to his music. But I was like,
I've taken drugs to his music. Dude.
I saw Kanye at Firefly. Yeah, Firefly in Delaware. It's a music festival out there.
Delaware has a
pretty dope one too. 100,000 people there.
Wow, that's bigger than the state.
He was headliner that night.
Nice.
He does this thing for 20 minutes. He's pissed off because Bruno Mars got to do the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
For 45 minutes, he just goes on a rant
Yeah.
about Bruno. He repeats himself. Bruno got to do the Super Bowl. They can't do it without me. He repeated that like 10 times. Finally, 40 minutes later, people start booing him.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, it was not amazing.
He got booed at a headlining spot.
It was not amazing. It was awful. You look it up. 2016 Kanye, Delaware Firefly. He just gets...
That's right when he was losing it.
Yeah. Oh, that's...
Right when he was losing
That's
it.
at that peak.
Dude,
right
I'm
there.
like, dude, I'm voting him 2020.
I want to tell a story about when I met this guy.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, I think it's fair to say, douchebag move this guy did.
I know what he's about to do. I know what he's about to. Okay.
So you want to tell the story?
You can.
Here, I'll give you.
No, you
give
tell
me-
the
Don't
story.
let Justin tell it. I want
Let
you
me
to
give
I don't know
my,
what story he's about to
all right, I'll give my perception of how I met him. And you can give your perception of me because I bet you don't even remember me because of the. I brought a date to one of these shows,
Comedy show?
and she was a smoke show.
Jesus.
To a comedy show.
No, to a. We like similar music. It was a Boys of Fall night.
It was our friend's band.
Yeah, our friends
My
had a
friend
band.
played guitar. His friend played bass.
And so they're doing a show in Pontiac that night, and it's supposed to be like, was it the Masquerade Ball?
It was somewhere we dressed up, right?
You had to dress up. I got this. I'm dressed to the nines, man. I got this pink dress shirt on, bow tie.
Yeah, he was hot.
I walk in, I'm clean shaved, and I've got this pretty good looking girl on my shoulder.
Yeah.
Just my date, wasn't my girlfriend, but he don't know that. This dude was around the whole night.
Hey, bro.
The whole night. Not around me, around my girl the whole
You were trying to
night.
steal his date the whole night?
Also, he goes, we were just friends and we weren't really on
I
a
had to
date.
do that for her just to make sure she knew, but
Well,
like,
you should have said something. You should have been like, dude, stop.
No, that's
I don't know
Justin.
you.
That's
I'm
Justin.
hoping there's that like unwritten bro code.
It seemed like it seemed as if,
I was in the friend zone.
yes.
That's fair to say because I was in the friend zone.
Yeah.
That's totally fair to
So
say.
when I would, I'm
But
sorry.
Justin is always in the steal your girl zone. He's
I am
always in
not
that zone.
always in
You
the steal-
are. Always. Every time. You see a girl and you're like, yeah.
But is that steal your girl?
You
if
should
she's
see
just
this motherfucker. Okay, I don't want to.
Uh-oh.
Okay, sorry. No, finish your story.
No, dude, that was basically my
Oh,
story. No,
Justin.
we did form a friendship out of it. Like I didn't hate him so much to the point where I was like, this guy's a douche because he was.
No, I know he didn't close.
But-
I get that part.
You're right. That's
I'm aware.
Dude, you're right.
That's why he has friends, because he can't close these girls. He's trying to
If
steal.
he
Okay.
closed, we might not be friends. You're right. No, so you tell
fuck
me.
you both, dude.
Tell me your story. You go ahead.
Oh, it's just we were at this open mic,
Oh boy.
and
God, man.
there were these two girls who came to the open mic, and I don't know. You said they didn't
Fuck
come
you,
with
dude.
you or whatever, but whatever.
Fuck you.
There were these two girls, and you were like sitting with them at the table and blah blah blah. And then he walks over to me. He's like, "Hey, so I brought these two girls. I don't remember their names. Can you introduce yourself so they say their names and I hear it?"
You brought him and you couldn't remember.
And I didn't want to do it. All right, I didn't. But then I looked at his face, and he kept going, "Come on, man. Come on." And then I did it, and then it worked. And I'm like, "You sleazy sack of
Oh, my
shit."
contact fell out.
Of course.
But
How do you bring girls like and not know their name?
I didn't bring them. That's why. The story is false.
Okay,
Okay.
then what happened?
Fraudulent.
They were there for you.
They came there. Don't look at my sweaty armpit, but
They were there for you,
yeah,
and you
kinda
forgot
creepy.
their names.
it fell out. I'm sorry. I forgot their names. I know a lot. I meet a lot of people.
Yeah.
Oh, very social.
No, you
I'm a
introduce
very
yourself to a
social
lot
person.
of people. He is too social. Because then it's the same thing. Like in
He
LA,
doesn't like
dude.
it. He does not like
I
how
love
I
it.
am.
I do love it. I love the way you are now, knowing you.
Thank you.
But I'm the opposite. Like I don't want to.
Sorry, what was her name again? It starts with a K. That girl.
Her name was Kylie. Her name was Kylie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kylie was.
Kylie's married now with kids and.
Yeah, she was a dime, and she was. I definitely was. Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry. But yeah, I read the situation. I thought I read it right. I was trying to play it cool. Like, I was trying to be friends with both of you. But you know my game. You saw my game. You saw what was happening. And then...
Can I buy you a drink? But you know what he would do, though, is like, the problem with your game that night was, I think when we met, you were pretty drunk.
Oh, that was when, I was every time I went to those shows, I was fucked up.
You were. And by the end of the night, he's like in the mosh pit.
I'm always in the mosh pit.
Which I love the mosh pit. Nothing wrong with the mosh pit. But like when you're spitting game to a girl, you kind of got to like stick around to finish that, you know?
Yeah. It was the game of trying to play it like, I would really try to make it seem like I wasn't trying. So I was going to do my own shit.
Sure.
But I was letting you do your own thing. But after I really thought you were like just your friend.
Dude.
Because you didn't say.
I absolutely was just a friend. I was trying to pursue more. She was not interested. But we had a good time.
See? So I read the situation right.
Oh, he read it right correctly. But still, when somebody brings the date... Let's just put it this way. It's like, hi, I'm Robert. How are you? And he was looking over her the whole time.
Yeah, like the Wolf of Wall Street
exactly.
scene when he talks to Margaret and the date was there. And he's like, so you ever go on a jet ski? He's like, hey, dude, how many times are you going to ask her? So I don't know, maybe a couple more. Maybe a couple more. And I would, I'm going to fucking ask her.
Compare yourself to the Wolf of Wall Street.
I'm saying that's how the scene kind of portrayed out.
I can see some Leo charm in you
Thank
there,
you.
though. Yeah.
He knows I'm good looking. He just doesn't want to accept it.
We just don't like people that talk about how good looking they are, right?
You don't call him Leo. Look at that. See that face? Look at that.
See, now I'm happy.
So I want to know. So Jenny, so you tell me, like, what is the dynamic? How did you meet these guys? Did you guys grow up together? Like, how's this work?
No, just on the comedy scene. It was this place called They Say downtown, and I saw him with his group of friends. There was another Justin and some other guys there. And
so tell me, Marcus has replacement Justins when this one runs dry.
Oh yeah, there was a different Justin I used to live with before I lived with this Justin.
You just have to meet a quota. That's all.
I know a lot of Justins.
All right,
I got him on deck. All right, sorry.
And then then we got up at Punchline, and that's when I got to hear like their comedy for the first time. So I was like, it's a funny guy. And then we got like about 3 people that want to take credit for us getting together, but it's like,
oh yeah,
we got
who wants to take credit?
Melanie,
Justin Haig.
We got some matchmakers. Is that what they're?
JD the Smile Hustler. Yeah. There's 3 comics who claim that they got us 2 together, but I think it was really probably Justin Haig.
You think
You think it wasn't?
Well,
what happened?
Well, he at Atwater.
I used to run an open mic at Atwater Brewery in Detroit.
Okay.
And
he just out of nowhere was like, "Won't you just make some mixed babies or some shit?"
Our friend Justin Haig is biracial or whatever, and he says a lot of shit. That's why I like him, because
I'm late to the party. Are you 2 together?
Yeah, we're dating.
Oh,
we date. Yeah, sorry.
That was not mentioned to me. It was just like a third comedian here.
This dynamic right here, the fighting and the loving and the fighting and stuff. Like, it's like all day, every day.
That's why she's doing like Sudoku over here, because she's used to this.
Yeah, but my point is, she was sitting on one half of the room waiting to do comedy at this open mic I was running.
Okay.
I was at the other side just hosting, holding on to the list, waiting for who's ever next so I can run the show. And my buddy Justin Haig is up there, and he looks at us, and he knew we were like talking a little bit, and he's like, "Why don't y'all 2 just make some mixed bait?" He said some shit like that.
Just threw it up there.
He threw some hand signals, some cross waves, and we kind of looked at each other and had a little... Like, what? Shit, what? And, so that happened. Melanie that you're referencing, she ran the mic where we first met, and then JD the Smile Hustler, he just likes to call dibs. I don't really know what JD's claim.
JD just takes the dibs on all things.
No. Can I be honest what it is?
Uh-oh.
JD the Smile Hustler, he's one of my good friends. Like, when I first started doing comedy, we would do a lot of shows together because he needed a ride, and I would drive him. But like, we would talk a lot. he would always be like, "Man, you got to get some black pussy." And I'm like, "All right, JD, whatever, man." So JD claims that he is the first person to suggest that I ever date a black person. But really, I don't know if he has a good claim on that. But
do you have any friends out there who are like, "You got to get some white dick"?
Oh no.
Said no one ever. Said no one ever.
It's been the exact opposite. Like, damn, come back, Jenny, come back.
That's great. What happened? Didn't the first time he met your dad, he said some shit like
No, wait.
Didn't he say, hey, Jenny, there's some good black men out there, you know?
Oh my god.
Didn't he say some shit like that? Or no?
She doesn't want to go there. You don't have to go there.
No, I'm trying to figure.
I thought I heard
Must have
that.
been something he said to you.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
I thought everybody was in the
We're gonna
room.
get-
or something.
What?
Something about like there's a lot of good brothers.
I think they need to work out there. So, Justin, how you been? They need to work out some
Started some
domestic-
shit. I thought it was a known thing, dude, because I thought you guys both told me that.
What's going to happen is they're going to ask you to go to the bathroom so they can hash out some shit on the way back home.
I just
here.
said, as soon as I said that, I feel like something happened. I did
There's an
something bad.
energy to the room that just changed. I don't know for you at home if you can feel it or not, but we'll have to get it back. So,
So I tried to steal your girl. It didn't work out. And
but then I've seen you multiple times since then. We've had conversations.
Yeah.
You remind me a lot of me in the
Yeah.
sense of like, I'm a pretty sociable guy too. I'll
we
talk
both
to
get
anybody.
friend zoned.
Yeah.
That's what's up, dude. We look good, but we're friend zoned all the time.
Good looking guys get friend zoned.
That's what
Yeah,
we do,
why?
man. It's because they don't trust us.
Because we're
You are definitely somebody who's like, nah, I don't trust this dude at all. Like, you look like a good time. It looks like two girls that probably don't know who you are. Or like, I'll get in this car with this guy. But, yeah.
Once you get to know Justin, you're like, I don't know if I trust you. I trust you less and less every day.
I feel like you got a heart of gold.
I
But,
do.
like, you have a hard time. We just can't see past that sometimes. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
Okay.
No, because I definitely, I think because everybody, you either love me or hate me.
Right.
And then eventually the people that hate me, they get to know me and they're like, oh, you're
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I wasn't trying to be a dick the whole time.
I don't know. I think he has a heart of
Pretty
plastic.
undecided.
Pretty on, you know what?
Wait, what did you say? He's pretty what?
No, so I'm pretty undecided.
She hasn't decided yet.
Well, so
I said you have a heart of plastic because it's easy to break.
Oh.
You do get your heart broken a lot.
it would be a heart of glass or something. It wouldn't be plastic. Plastic's hard to break, Marcus.
Well, it depends on the plastic.
No, I wouldn't be
Some
so
plastic's
fucked up if
easy
I had
to
a heart of
break.
plastic.
There's some flimsy plastic out there, though.
Okay.
I was trying to say you're fake. Kidding.
Don't fucking try to make up for what you just said.
right, it's okay.
But the true thing is, yes, my heart's been broken many times. How about you? Have you been heart?
Sure. Yeah. I was with a girl for 9 years. It didn't work out.
Yeah.
So that went wrong.
Thought you were gonna marry her too, right?
Thought I was going to have marriage, kids, the whole
Kids,
thing.
the family.
I got a girlfriend now. Things are doing well. Kylie's her name as well. So, it's the different Kylie for sure.
Okay.
So, yeah. We're getting back on track. Everything's good.
That's good.
Just like he had a quota for Justin, for friends and Justin.
He
I had
only
to
knows
find...
two Justins. He doesn't have that many friends.
Justin McLeod.
Okay.
Justin Marchand
You gonna
in
list them all?
LA.
Okay. All right.
Justin Pettick.
You're just naming people that you are acquaintances with. You're not friends with him.
What?
Rick, are you just naming things in the room
I'm
now?
just.
Yeah, he is. He's trying to make up for it. He's trying to make his point. And Marcus will fish for anything to
I
make
will.
his
I'm
point,
a
so he's
fisherman.
right.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like Jesus, dude.
Yeah.
I'll fucking catch some fish.
Yeah, he tries to be right. I try to be right. It's a good thing. It's always.
I mean, it's easy to be right when you got the truth on your side. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
There's definitely a new energy in this room for sure.
there is. Yeah.
So that was not my goal, bring you guys on here to, just piss each
Talk
other
shit.
off. But I feel like the podcast, and I want to talk a little bit about the podcast. So you got your own podcast as well, right? In addition to So Real Open Mics of Hollywood, you guys come out with a show every Tuesday.
Yes.
And you've been doing this now, you've got over 50-some episodes now, right? You just
Yeah.
had your year anniversary a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Guys, I gotta tell
September.
you, I love it. I really do. Like, it's, to me, it doesn't, there's so much stuff out there about specific content. It's like refreshing to hear two guys that are this honest with each other still be able to do a show every week. And maybe I'm wrong, but it feels this way. It feels authentic. Like,
Yeah, it is.
It's definitely.
It's not written.
my
There's
question
no-
is, sometimes it feels like we jump in, and maybe I'm wrong. Do we jump in the show sometimes, just like in the middle of you guys talking? Because
Sometimes.
like I have a whole introduction. Welcome, Bobby Talks. Blah blah blah. You guys are just like, you're like, we'll just stop in on a conversation. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because it is. Because I tried to do that
Okay.
to make it a little bit more structured, and Marcus is like, "No, dude, we're gonna fucking jump in as we always do." And I'm like, "Well, we haven't even talked, dude."
Yeah.
I walk into her house. I've been there for an hour, but he hasn't talked to me yet. And then he gets into his mood, and he's like, "Okay, now I'm ready." And I'm like, "I'm not ready." Like, you gotta warm me up, dude. You gotta fucking butter me up, dude. Let's have some fun. And he's like, but I gotta jump in. So sometimes, like,
Wait, what are we talking about?
our podcast.
Okay.
That doesn't have an intro because you think it's too long. You gotta butter me
I
up,
like
dude.
the fact it doesn't have an intro though, because it's just like, oh, I turn it on and I know we're going right to 100 miles per hour right away. Whether you're agreeing or not, it doesn't matter.
No, that's true. That's good. Yeah, I mean, that is what it is. And I think I gotta stop fighting it because apparently everything I keep hearing about our podcast is people like it.
Yeah, dude, I do. I love the logo, love the theme song, I love the way it goes.
I like it too, and I do.
2 hours though is a little lengthy.
Yeah, I just
We're talking about the election. I got like carried away.
Totally understand. Totally understand.
Yeah. I did a podcast the other day with my friend for like 3 hours. It wasn't ours, but it was his, and that was 3 hours of talking.
Okay, here's the thing. So sometimes I try to cut us off when I'm like, look, I think sometimes I can feel like we're losing the steam a little. We're getting tired. I'm like, all right, let's end it because we don't want it to go too long.
Right.
I guess, and you want to. It's hard. Like it's easier to start a podcast in the middle of the conversation.
Right.
You don't want to end one like that. No. That's a disaster. We've done that.
You just end it. Yeah.
Yeah. That doesn't. People get real mad. They're like, well, it just kind of ended. You didn't even finish the thought. So I try to find a point where I'm like, all right, I think we're good. And then Justin's like, oh, we're good now? And I'm like, we're not? What are we missing? We're dying here. It's too long. It's 3 hours fucking long. Like, let's just cut it, dude.
It's because I'm like, you always make the end call. And I'm like,
you don't make an end call. We need an end call.
No, I'm saying you always make the end call.
He would like to make it one of these times. So
maybe he's got to make it, though. If I get the sense that I'm like...
Or something.
Okay, all right. We need a sign.
Yeah, but it's when he runs out of steam. It's when he runs out of steam.
Sorry, I got more steam.
It's when he loses his mood.
When you run out of steam,
you lose steam because
episode.
You're the one that talks the whole fucking time. You're like, Justin, these are my points about the election. I'm going to talk the whole fucking time. None of your points make any fucking sense. It don't matter where you go with stories. I don't like it. So my joke about this story is always better. So then he takes what I say and he goes, no, fuck that. And then this is how it goes. And I always try to jump in. If you actually watch the podcast, watch me try to jump in.
Okay.
Watch it.
I'll pay more attention to it.
See?
Yeah, for sure.
See his faces? He's doing that face again. He's like, really fucking, you asshole? Yeah. Now we're on another podcast. I'm fucking doing it, dude. I'm throwing you under the bus.
You got your own now, so what's the...
Yeah, he had to make his own because ours wasn't good enough, and he's like, I need to talk more.
Not true.
Maybe you just want to stay on a certain topic for longer or something.
Porn and capitalism. I wanted to talk. I enjoy both of them, and I wanted to talk about them a little bit.
Yeah.
And I started the Open Mics podcast by myself because I really just wanted to rant.
Sure.
So now I got a new podcast where I'm like, I just want to rant for like 45 minutes just to get thoughts out and shit like that.
Makes sense.
Which is different than when you're doing it with another person. You're trying to bounce back and forth. It's just different setup.
So like at what point were you like, this is a good dynamic, I feel right, like we should do this podcast together?
January? Roughly, I'd say somewhere in January probably. I mean, I moved to LA in December. At that point, I'd been doing it for about 2 months solo. I did a couple episodes in LA just by myself, and then you did one.
I was like, you want to be a guest?
I was like, you want to be on one of them? And we did. We talked about it. It was good. People liked it. We had a good back and forth. So I was like, we should just keep doing this while we're living together. We just kept doing it, and now it's turned into what it is. And I'm not mad about it at all. I was just like, I would still like to just yell for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Because I get something out of it, really, honestly. Yeah. I just get to...
So if he was to start up his own, you wouldn't be mad about it?
I told him he should.
I need to start my own.
I told him he should. I told you that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I just haven't... I've always wanted to. I've never been a person that likes to do things. That's a bad thing to have.
You play off people well, though.
Yeah.
Like, I really do. So, like, if we were a broadcast booth, you'd be the analyst, you'd be the color commentator, where you would...
And this is what I'm saying. So you have to be able to do that solo shit sometimes, especially in a club setting. Like, if you're talking about a comedy club, you're less likely than a bar or a brewery or something to have someone, like, yelling and shit like that. So then it is just you. And they're like, I want to hear what you wrote.
Right.
They're there for, like it's not like a play, but it is like a play in the sense of, like,
it's theater.
It's not improv. I'm paying to see an act a lot of the times.
Right.
I'm not paying to see you just rant.
Yeah.
Sometimes they do pay to see rant.
Penny,
a rant comic. It depends. But it's like a lot of times at our level, the club setting, it's like you got to have 15 minutes of funny.
So what would you say, what would you label your comedy as then? Like, what kind of comedian are you? Or what is, if somebody was like, so what does he talk about? What's the subject matter? Like, what would I say?
The chilling dude, talking about chilling, man. I don't know.
The chilling man that rants.
Your stuff is so not chill, bro.
Society. I talk about drugs. I talk about some stories I've had.
The everyman.
Relationships.
Not the everyman.
Not the everyman.
No, the me man. But
It's him.
Yeah.
It's all me, and sometimes it's relatable, sometimes it's crazy, but I just I talk about my life in the honest fashion. I try at least, and I try to make it funny. I try to throw clever punchlines in
And
there.
you guys are both doing this full time. Like this is your job.
Yeah,
Basically,
yes.
yeah.
Are you working anywhere else?
Right now,
No, unfortunately not.
You're not because of COVID. Like you lost your job.
I lost my job because of COVID.
Yeah,
I wasn't working. I was a server in California, and then I lost it. So then I moved back to save money, and
Are you guys planning on going back out there?
no. I mean, I visited. I had an ex-girlfriend, and she was there. And during the...
Kylie?
Yeah, Kylie. Kylie was out there. No, I went out there during COVID time, and I don't want to go... I think I want to go to Austin. That's my next move, I think. I think I'm going to go to... I want to try Austin. We're going out to...
Texas.
We're going out to Texas and
Texas
Oklahoma.
is the
in
new California. They don't
Yeah.
like hearing that.
Texas.
Yeah.
They don't like to hear it, but here's the deal, okay? Texas is the shit.
Yeah.
When I went down there, man, nobody gave a fuck. They were doing shows. There were people out and about.
You guys didn't have to wear masks. Was there no mask?
There were some rules, but no one was. It's Texas. Nobody follows
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
dude. Nobody gives
Michigan
a fuck.
doesn't follow shit either.
No, I
We're
teach
the
in school, so I know
Texas
that.
in the
Yeah,
north, baby. But no, I mean, it was just cool. Like they're just having fun. Like the audiences were fun down there. You know, they were there to laugh. They weren't like crazy rowdy or anything like that.
Exactly
Southern
what you're
people-
looking for, yeah.
Southern people are, I think, a good comedy crowd in general.
Sure.
Because, you know, even if they say shit, you can't understand it anyway. So you're just... Like, I had this, like... Dude, I swear to God, I had this old fucking lady, like, yelling shit at me at one of the shows. I'm like, what are you saying? She was saying Boone's Farm, like the wine, because I was saying something about cheap wine. But she was saying, like, Boone's Farm! And I was like, what is she saying? And someone was like, Boone's Farm. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, why are you bringing that up? She's like, it was 99 cents.
Because I'm out.
She
Dude.
said it was 99 cents. Some other lady across the fucking bar was like, it's $2.99. And then she was like, well, in 1974 it was 99 cents. I'm like, why are you fucking talking about 1974? This lady was nuts, but it's like, it was fun. Texas people are just interesting, dude. They're all fucking crazy.
I love it. I went to Dallas and I was there for a week and we went to like the Rustic Glen,
Okay.
or not the Rustic Glen, that's a golf course. The Rustic is like this really well-known bar there in Dallas, and a lot of celebrities frequent there. You know, that's why Bobby Talks went there. But
Dallas is cool, man.
it was cool, man. It was really, really just like a different feel from anything up here.
I'm excited to go.
Yeah.
I'm excited to go see it because I drove through it, but I never stayed.
Yeah, I think you'll like it, especially you.
That's
I
what he
told him
said.
he would do well in this house.
He will.
He thought I was fucking with him because he can't take a compliment.
Austin would be a good place for you. I
That's
feel like.
that's right. But also Joe Rogan's there. Everybody keeps saying he's gonna make a club. I think it would be cool to be in ground floor of Joe Rogan's club.
Yeah.
If you could somehow, I'd fucking
Really
wash the
cool.
toilets, dude.
Dude,
You
for
know
sure.
who gets respect? Joe Rogan gets respect.
Joe Rogan demands respect.
He
He
gets
beats it
all
out
the
of you.
respect. He'll beat it out of you.
So, Marcus, Justin, Genevieve, I appreciate you guys being here. We are about out of time. You guys drove an hour to be on my silly little podcast here in
Yeah, we
Adrian.
appreciate
We
it.
appreciate. We take anything, dude.
Dude, give me your information when we leave, and we'll make sure to blast it anywhere we can. And again, just thanks again for being here, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Man, we appreciate it.
Genevieve.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, we'll see you down the road. Thanks, guys. Bobby Talks.
Hell yeah.